Hi everyone, and welcome to Inside Bristol. I'm your host Sheridan Nichols, and I'm so excited for you to be joining us today. And I'm even more excited to introduce our first guest with the Arts Alliance, and I think that's where we're going to begin, Gloria. Is that right?
Yes.
There is an amazing lineup. Tell us about this, of speakers coming.
We have a speaker series, which is beginning on Tuesday, September the 25th. All of our speakers are going to be at the Bristol Public Library in the Kegley Conference Room. The talks all start at 7. Our first speaker is Pat Cronin, Tuesday night. He is a professor of theater and dance at ETSU. And he will be talking about living and acting in New York City and Los Angeles. And when you see his picture, I think you'll recognize his face because
Yes.
he's been on things such as Seinfeld and Star Trek, The Next Generation. He's acted on Broadway, so we're lucky to have him in our area and as a faculty member at ETSU, so he'll be our first speaker. Our second speaker is Libby Falk Jones. She is a retired English professor from Berea College, but she's also a photographer, and she's going to be showing slides from Antarctica, from a trip she took to Antarctica. From an arts perspective, she's also a poet, an essayist, and many of her photographs are hanging, in 3 specific hospitals in Kentucky. So I think that will be a very beautiful
Not
present.
many people can say they've been to Antarctica.
Right, and the conference room has the technology to show these beautiful slides, so I think people will enjoy seeing those. The third speaker we're having this fall will be Chris Slaughter. And that talk will be October 30th. He is a professor at King University in theater. He's a very talented guy, does all aspects of theater, and he has started a radio theater production at King, and the students reproduce old radio shows in the way that they would have been presented before television with the sound effects and that kind of thing. So it's interesting to see the students do the sound effects that go along with the story. So on October the 30th, appropriately enough, he's going to be presenting some sections of Frankenstein as a radio show. So that should be a lot of fun to see. All of these are sponsored by Arts Alliance, and we do have a spring lineup as well, but I'll come back another time. These 3 are the ones that are going to be this fall.
And how did you get involved with this organization?
Well, I'm very interested in the arts and making sure that our region is able to take full advantage of everything we have to offer. I think we have a rich cultural offering here, and people need to know about it. I would like to mention that Arts Alliance also oversees A Magazine. We have a volunteer committee that decides on stories for A Magazine, and many of your viewers might know that magazine comes at the last Wednesday of every month in the Bristol Herald Courier, or if Wednesday happens to fall on the 1st, it will come on that particular day. And we are just one of the sources, I think, the resources that people have to find out what is happening. We have a very comprehensive calendar that lists all of the things that are going on in our region.
So if somebody's watching today and they didn't get all of the speakers, what's the best place for them to find out?
Well,
where to go?
We have a website, which we are in the process of revising. They can just Google Arts Alliance Mountain Empire, and I think that will bring up the information. But we also have, I would like to mention, an email digest that comes out weekly.
Oh, okay.
So if a person wanted to sign up for the email digest, you would go to artsmagazine@aame.info. And if you put in your email address, then weekly you would receive an email that has all of the arts events that are listed in the calendar, plus any that we weren't able to include.
Oh, that's great.
Up to the publication date.
And we really have so much around here. I think not everybody knows about it.
It's unbelievable, really. I mean, when we consider what happens at ETSU with the Mary B. Martin School of the Arts, what happens at Emory and Henry, with the McLaughlin Arts Center, what happens at King here in our own town. It's just amazing, and one of the reasons I really like working with it is because I get to pick and choose what I want to take advantage of. It's impossible to do it all, so it's nice to have the information at my fingertips.
And I know there's a local artist, her name is Sarah, and she does live wedding portraits, and that's been sort of a big, fun, trendy, like it's great to see the arts coming back even just at events like that.
Right, very good,
So,
yes.
it's exciting. Thank you so much for sharing all
You're
that.
welcome.
Hopefully everybody got that at home, because that was definitely a lot of information, but definitely head over to the public library. You will not be disappointed. A great lineup of speakers.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on. Thank you for tuning in. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Inside Bristol. I've got Tammy Alls with us today from the YWCA. Tammy, I always love having you on. You have been a part of the YWCA for a long time now, and you do a program that I just think is phenomenal, and that's the Moms Are Us. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. The Moms Are Us is a teen pregnancy program, and we work with teen moms and teen dads who are 19 and younger and pregnant and parenting. So we offer a prepared childbirth class that is about 8 weeks, and then we do a parenting class after that that's up to 12 weeks or whatever, however long they need it, and then we do an ongoing support group. So our goal is to work with these teen families for as long as they need services.
And you've been doing this for a long time.
Yes, it's actually been in the Bristol community for 27 years.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I've been with it probably about 18 of those years. So, you know, that's another reason why the support group has been really good. And what we're finding is that through the support group, they're actually able to encourage each other to continue school or help with jobs. You know, our main goals for this program clearly is healthy babies. We also want our teen families, we want those teen parents to graduate school. We want them to graduate high school. We want them to get jobs. We want them to move on to college. And we will help with those resources in any way that we can. So I always tell, you know, the kids, hey, tell me what you need, and if not, we will find an agency in the community that can help you get that done.
So so tell us a little bit about how this works. They just come to the Y and sign up for these classes, and I know they get lots of goodie bags and
Yes,
things.
they do. So we get a lot of referrals through the health department or through maybe the guidance counselors at the schools. So there are referral forms that are out there, but they can call the YWCA and just ask about the Moms Are Us program. You know, sometimes we'll have a concerned parent and they need somebody to talk to and to process that this has happened and how their family's going to handle it. So you know, we're just able to talk to them about how the classes are free and they are for teens only, so that we make sure that, you know, they're not with adults that are expecting babies, because teens have specific unique needs. They're still in school. They may come in and have had a bad day at school and need to talk about that. So every class they come to, they get incentives. We have buckets of like hygiene items, diapers and wipes. We have a drawer that's it's a boy, it's a girl, it's a I don't know yet. And teen mom and teen dad both get something out of the bucket when they come to class. So it's a way for them to earn some things that their babies are going to need. And then at the end of the program, they get a car seat, and it's a convertible, so it's a 5 to 40 pounds. So it's not the infant carrier, but it's the one that will take their babies up through, you know, 2 and 3 years old. And we actually do partner it with the Buckle Up for Life program for that. But, you know, the biggest incentive is that it's a free program. This program is partially supported by United Way and Speedway Children's Charities. So our local communities give into those, and those support our program. We take donations. You know, we need baby items, baby supplies, and things come, and it just happens to be there's a family that needs it. So it just really is a great and rewarding program to be involved with.
Well, it is exciting, and it's starting soon. And,
Well, it really is
kind of is an
ongoing.
ongoing.
It is ongoing. We try at least quarterly every year to kind of remind the community that this resource is out there. So I have done last minute classes. If I've got a teenager and they are due in 2 weeks, then we just compact that program and make sure they get what they need before baby gets here. So our goal is we would like to work with them definitely early on and make sure they get all that prenatal care, and we provide transportation so we can get them back and forth to class. We can help them get to their appointments if they need. So every family has individual needs, and we work on that individual level.
Tammy, thank you so much for coming in today, and just thank you for everything that you do.
Well, thanks for letting us come in and talk about it. We really appreciate it.
Well, it's a great program. Well, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, and we've just been talking about some great programming at the Y. Let's move over to the birthplace of country music and talk about a great program that could involve all of us, because you need some volunteers. Is that right?
We do.
So tell me a little bit about what's going on over at the birthplace of country music.
Well, if you are looking for volunteer hours, a good place to do that is the Birthplace of Country Music Museum. We are having a training session Tuesday, October the 6th, from 3 to 6 p.m.
Okay, so there is a training that is involved. So it's not, you can't just kind of show up and say, hey, I'm ready to volunteer today.
Right.
You actually need to kind of go through a training. And what is involved in this training session?
Well, when you come in, you just learn, it's to volunteer at the museum, it's really fun. You learn the basics. And you just have to know where things are, the hours that we are operating, and just basically you are directing people. You are the face of the museum, and you are the one that's going to be interacting with people just as much as the frontline staff, which are the people that are behind the counter when you buy your tickets.
And volunteers are usually really critical in every kind of organization when it comes to museums and staffing. So, if you've got any interest at all in this, now's the time to jump on board. Do you have a good base of volunteers already?
We do. You start out as a gallery assistant, and you don't have to know all the content in the museum. You just really want to be able to tell people where the doors are and where the bathroom is. And you can volunteer also. We have a lot of special exhibits. We have in the performance theater, we have special events. We have children's events you can go to, and it's really a lot of fun.
And you probably learn a lot about the area.
Well, the good thing about volunteering is you always learn something too. It enriches you as much as you give to the volunteer institution.
Well, I know it's just an amazing museum, and we're just so thankful that everybody's involved with it, and that you're still allowing for more volunteers and more programming, so that keeps it exciting.
We're a Smithsonian affiliate, so and the people that come in is the best part about volunteering. You meet so many people. We've had people from every single state and several countries, foreign countries that come in. So that is the best part about volunteering, is meeting all the people that come to this museum and watching what their reaction is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, because I feel like that's what Tennessee's known for, is our country music. A big part of it.
And we are finally recognized as the birthplace of country music.
That's right. That's exciting. Well, is there anything else I'm missing that you'd like to add?
I don't believe so.
Thank you so much for being on today, and thank all of you for tuning in. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.